live now with an On the Stick After a Dark. I'm Mike, and on the horn I got the older and perhaps wiser Joe.
One of those things is definitely true. The other one is dubious at best.
And Eric, same age as he always is, because he does not age.
I would assume that Mixer is started now, but sometimes it's hard to tell.
It started.
I've been fooled before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can see it. I can see the stream is live.
Don't get fooled again, Eric.
Wow!
I won't get, yeah, I won't.
I need a button I can press to have like sunglasses come down.
Doesn't your stream box do that?
It does if I program it
It's one of
too.
the buttons that comes with on default.
So tonight, me, your local Shovel Knight correspondent, is checking in with the new King Knight expansion, the King of Cards. All I've done so far is play the little intro stage, which is the same as it is for Shovel Knight, but it just kind of lets you get acquainted with the King Knight's attack, which is like a shoulder charge that bounces you up into the air. They didn't really explain that at all. Figured it out eventually. And then it dumps you in this world map here, which has got a lot of icons on it. So, King Knight apparently wants to win the Triple Triad tournament, and he's going to do that by bashing into people or something. So, join me as we discover what's in store for him.
Sounds good.
Maybe.
So, I'm still figuring out the rules of the... Oh, that's weird. Okay. So you don't bounce off everything, apparently. And then if you bounce, you can eventually charge again, but I have no idea how long that takes between uses. So expect me to fall down a lot of holes until I kind of get used to how this works. So, what's doing?
So, I played about half of Plague Knight and none of Spectre Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think you're gonna have to... You didn't like Spectre Knight nearly as much as Plague Knight. I feel like, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but you liked Plague Knight maybe even more than Shovel Knight.
I definitely like Plague Knight more than Shovel Knight. Spectre Knight was also... Honestly, Spectre Knight is probably better than Shovel Knight 2. I think they got better at level design over the course of the years that they've been making this game, which they've been making for like 6 years now or something. Oh, there we go.
Right. This is 6 years that they've been making the same game, basically. That's not fair. Working on updates of the same game.
That's a lot of time to spend on one game.
Yeah, and there haven't been any like layoffs. They haven't been bought by another company or anything like that. So apparently they've figured out how to make all this stuff happen without losing their shirts. I mean, I guess it helped that the Kickstarter was successful, and then on top of that, the games have been successful. Even
Yeah, like they're well received. They sold well.
I mean,
yeah.
I bought it again.
I bought it on the PC and on the PlayStation Vita, of course.
So I had it. I got it. I got the 3DS version with my Kickstarter pledge, and then I bought the Switch version when it was on sale on the eShop like 2 or 3 months ago. Right. They had it on sale right before they ended. Like
Support
if you buy it, you get everything.
Yeah. The treasure trove kind of upgrade.
Right. It was like after this week or whatever. Like you have to buy them one at a time, and they had a sale to commemorate that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna buy it now.
This is taking some getting used to. This is a very different... I mean, that's the cool thing about these games, is that they're all extremely different from one to the next. Like, Plague Knight was a huge, huge change from Shovel Knight. It had some of the most interesting, fun platforming that I've kind of played in years. And then, like, Spectre Knight is good, but just wasn't quite as
well, he can just
fresh.
fly, right? So, like...
Spectre Knight? Well, he slashes things, right? So, if you have a target, you can slash to it, but you can't just fly anywhere.
Okay.
You have to have something to slash at.
That's like, so bear with me here, but Yacht Club is a lot of X-Way Forward guys.
Yes.
They made a Flash game, as in about the DC Comics character the Flash. Not the game made in Flash. They made a Flash game for GBA, where you could zip to enemies. You could use your super speed to zip to enemies, but you couldn't just zip around the screen. There had to be an enemy you could zip to. So it sounds kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how Spectre Knight worked. I did a lot of wall running and climbing up stuff, but it wasn't just like unlimited wall running. You had like a certain amount you could climb up before you'd stop. So like all the levels are very specifically designed with the amounts that you have of wall running and thing. Okay, so my brain is not working great. But like the distance that you can climb is taken into consideration in the level design, so it's very much tailored to the character. And like I have no way of getting down through these dirt blocks unless I'm in the spinning pirouette mode. So like you see how there's a little bit of dark brown wall up here? That exists so that I can get into spinning pirouette mode. Because otherwise I could not make it down through those blocks.
So it had been a while when I played Spectre Knight. It had been a while, or sorry, Plague Knight. It had been a while since I'd beaten the game with Shovel Knight, but I felt like the level designs, at least in the early, kind of first half, were pretty similar.
It was the exact same levels.
It was the exact same level.
Yeah, but Spectre Knight got his own levels. Oh, you can't grip on this guy.
Maybe when his wings are out, you can, but when his carapace is down, you can't.
I guess. I don't know. This is all new. Those enemies weren't in the
or maybe you have to shoulder charge his butt.
So I certainly appreciate the effort that they're putting into making these characters so different, and I believe that most of the levels in this expansion are also unique. Oh, so now I can't do my dash. Right, I can't get into pirouette mode, so I have to
do it to the left.
Okay, there we go. So, like, could I have messed that up and not been able to break all these blocks? I don't know.
You can shoulder charge them, though, right? So if you'd only broken the furthest left one,
true.
you would have been able to shoulder charge the rest of them.
So this came out today along with Showdown.
Yesterday,
sorry. Along with Shovel Knight Showdown. Oh, I missed my chance to get that.
Which I think we'll have to at least take for a test drive during Extra Life.
Yeah. I hope it's good. Like, looking at it from afar, I kind of don't understand why they made it. It doesn't seem very appealing, but they probably wouldn't have gone to this much trouble if they didn't have a good idea, so...
Because Smash Bros. Is really popular.
I guess. More so than Shovel Knight, I dare say.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's the best-selling Switch game so far, I believe. I believe.
More than Mario Kart?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe I read that.
Okay.
And Pokemon was the fastest selling, but I think that Smash Ultimate is the best selling.
I will say that this campaign has the exact same problem that every one of their campaigns has, which is that they entice you with endless supplies of gems, and then you die getting them, and you just lose money, and you get in this kind of pointless cycle of, losing money and then picking it up again, and then trying to get more money and losing money, and then it's a real pain. I kind of don't know why they've stuck with that so determinedly.
Because people like you apparently will keep falling into that trap.
I fall into the trap, but I don't enjoy
ignoring the gems and moving on.
I don't know. It's just the level design, especially in the original Shovel Knight campaign, which is there are 100 billion hidden chests and things all over the world, but you don't need 95% of them. But if you go after them, then you keep dying, and then you have to go back and get your money. And I just wish they didn't borrow the Dark Souls drop a bunch of money when you died mechanic, because I don't feel like it helps this game at all.
I mean, I'm totally fine with not having traditional limited lives and continues, though.
Sure, but you don't need. I just think that losing the money doesn't add anything to this game. Like in Dark Souls, I kind of get it because you're exploring and you're trying, you're making your way through a world, and if you get into a weird, scary place and lose a bunch of stuff, then it kind of pushes you to get back there and not give up on that. Whereas when you're playing a platformer, you're gonna go through the levels no matter what. So,
I mean, but there's stuff you can buy, and
sure, I understand mechanically that if you lose money, you can't buy as much stuff, but I don't feel like you get anything out of it from a gameplay experience. Like, even Hollow Knight, which I love, I don't think it's that essential. I mean, but again, that's a game that's based on exploration, so I can kind of see how it interacts with what you're doing, but in a platformer, it just feels like a waste of time. And it just feels like it's just frustrating when you get to a part with some really hard jumps and you fall down a hole 3 times in a row because you flush a third of your bankroll down the drain for no good reason.
Right.
It's his mom. They're loyal rats. They're my starter subjects. He needs a Joustus deck to be declared the King of Cards.
Far more important than errands.
Well, of course I can eat.
I mean, obviously.
She's gonna charge me $1,000 for dinner?
I mean, she knows that
Dang,
you're.
Mom.
She's trying to break you of just like the game is trying to break you of your avarice, Mike. She is trying to break King Knight of his avarice by charging him for fine.
That
And
is some
tough
tou-
economic times in the kingdom these last few years. A lot of inflation going on.
Mhm.
There's some real tough love happening here with King Mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
3,000 for the next one. All right.
Is that another? That's the next
That's
life.
the next. Yeah.
Next turn.
All right.
Later, she gives you heart tanks.
Like a heart with treads and a big gun on the end of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Oh,
It's
like
the Spectral
The
Ravine.
weapon power up.
Hi, Alex. What you up to?
Nothing. I played.
Playing
that-
Destiny.
Not yet, but soon. But I did play that game for like 3 hours today. Ask me anything.
No, I'm good.
Okay. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you played it for 3 hours, so I would have to
Yeah.
assume it's at least competent.
Would you say that if I did not care for Destiny 2 in its original form, is that because the game is better now, or it's just not something that I'm interested in?
Don't worry about it, Mike. Don't play it.
Oh, I'm not going to play it. I'm just kind of wondering,
Yeah.
like, do you think it's better than it used to be, or is it just that...
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like a million. Depends on if you played it year
It's better
one
than
or
it
not.
used to be, but it's better because there's a lot more busy work that there is for people that like to play a lot. So
That's partially true, but it's also there's a lot of system changes that came with the update last year that made the game like basically a new game and an infinitely better game. So, but then since then, it's been more incremental stuff.
it's
But,
not
like,
that different.
I
It's
was
not
going to say,
that
how new are we talking about?
Like from launch, the first year, and then year 2 are like 2 separate games practically.
So it's like
It ain't
it's like
that
Final
different.
Fantasy 14 level of.
Yeah, but not quite as.
It's pretty much the same game. There's just a lot more crap to do.
I'm getting really.
I really
conflicting
appreciate
opinions from you
Eric's
two.
take on this, because that's what I kind of figured was like, you know, if you were enjoying it, they gave you more stuff to do. I was not enjoying it that much, so I don't think I should bother playing anymore.
So the way it worked in the thing that I'm talking about is in the second year, they completely rehauled the weapon system.
Yeah,
which,
the
like,
way the
all
weapon rolls and the armor works and all that stuff is different now, which is good.
Yeah. So that made if you liked the game, that made it infinitely better, because before it's like, oh, this is cool, but it there's not really a lot of like meat on these bones. And
Right.
It's like, oh, well now there's just a ton of it.
But my problem was never that. My problem was that I wasn't that big a fan of the meat.
Right, that's why I said you shouldn't play it. Like, I was like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
This
it's
is,
pretty much the same from that perspective.
yeah. I mean,
Alright.
you're still just running around in space shooting guys. Like, that's not gonna.
That sounds like something I should be really into.
Yeah, say you liked Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain is awesome.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's
it's
running
not-
around in space
Have
and
they,
shooting.
have
guys.
they updated Risk of Rain 2 as a
Probably.
totally...
They have, yeah. I played that recently too. But yeah, but this is not anything like Risk of Rain. Come on, be real. Like,
Did you
No,
guys?
it's not anything like
yes, I know. I'm being a smartass.
all right.
Strange, I know, but did you guys
You?
see? Right? Did you guys see the what? It's like it's going into early access, or it just went into early access. It's a game that people are comparing to Left 4 Dead, but it's like
Yeah, GTFO, right?
yeah, GTFO.
That looks interesting.
Nobody's tried it yet, though. Nobody's bought.
I
from,
have not.
I saw a thing on the Steam store about it, and I was like, oh,
Play it with me.
I am definitely interested.
How
It'll
much
depend a
is it
little bit
for
on how
early
long.
access?
It's like $30 right now, I think.
Oh wow, that's honestly more than I was expecting the answer to that question to be.
My interest level is going to depend entirely on how long sessions of that game are. If you can get through like a set of maps in under an hour, then I'm probably in for it.
I mean, how long was an episode of Left 4 Dead? Is that
About
about
45 minutes.
45
maybe?
minutes to an hour? Yeah,
Depended on how well you were performing.
right.
Right, but let's say you're doing a difficulty that wasn't too difficult for you. I feel like 45 minutes maybe.
Like, yeah, I feel like on the lower, but eventually we got to a point where we were always playing on not the true survival, but like the hardest standard. difficulty
Yeah,
for, like,
and then
survival.
when you're repeating segments over and over again, sure, it might take you twice that, but at that point you're bought in.
Yeah,
You're only doing that because you like the game. So
right.
my only concern is I don't know if it's going to play well with my office computer, because it seems like GTFO is pretty good looking as games go, and it sounds like you need to have a keyboard to play a lot of it.
Yeah.
Do not have a keyboard.
It's
for
supposed to
your-
be like
Not
quite
on
a
my
bit
on my living room computer. Typing on a keyboard
mechanically
is
complex than Left 4 Dead, I think.
yeah. It's like you're entering
like,
command line
mechanically-
stuff
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
in real
more
time while people are trying to
like-
kill you.
more like Destiny, like dungeon/raid mechanics, and not just like running around shooting guys all the time. It's like there's one example that they mentioned on the Bombcast this week was that like there's a point where like you have to like read things off a computer monitor to each other.
Yeah, I got a little bit of keep talking, nobody explodes. It's kind
I was
of
gonna say, so it's like
Yeah,
Left 4 Dead,
exactly.
me keep talking and nobody explodes. Okay, sounds good. I'm into it.
all right. Here comes the boss. I don't quite know how I'm supposed to deal with this. Bounce on his head.
Shoulder charging. and then
Shoulder
bounce.
charge
give
and
me
mounts on
health.
his head. Yeah, most of the bosses do. I find all the ones I've fought so far, anyway.
So how far have you played into this, Alex?
I'm assuming there's more maps, but I'm at like you're supposed to go fight the king, and like I'm at that point where I can go fight the king.
There are 3 kings you have to beat.
Thought
so I
you
guess
were-
there's-
Right, the first king. Yeah.
Balthazar.
Yes.
Exactly. Give me that myrrh.
Yeah, and it's pretty good so far. I did all the triple triad stuff. Like that was pretty good. On
Review-
Black Knight, that shit was hard, but I
Is
did
it like? Is it actually like Triple Triad, or are you just comparing it because it's also a card game?
Well, Joe, I just got a Joustus deck.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you find out? I'm just calling it that because if there's a card game in a game that's not the main thing that the game's about, I'm like, oh, triple triad.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So like when they first were like, hey, Witcher, would you like to play Gwent? I was like, yeah, dude, triple triad. Like I'll play that.
I got way into
Cetera,
Triple
et cetera.
Triad, but I never enjoyed Gwent very much, so I'm curious to see where Justice lands for me.
It's okay. It's good. Well, it's good, but I don't really like these kind of games. Like, you know what I mean? Like triple triad is cool, but I'm really bad at it, and I'm like, so I don't really want to fuck around with that too much. And that's been like, and then any other like, what was the one in like Final Fantasy 9 called? That one. And
That
then,
one was
like,
bad.
Well, but any or Gwent, all of them, I'm like, this is okay, but it's not what I want to be doing, and then I just don't do
Didn't
it.
they make a standalone game out of Gwent?
They did.
But the Final Fantasy 9 one Tetramaster was like actually bad, I think.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It seems good, but I don't have a brain for it. But I'm brute forcing through it. It's a little weird. The tutorial tells you what you need to do, but then they also just start throwing rules at you later on, and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Alright, this does look a lot like Triple Triad.
Yeah. Ifrit's there, Squall's there, all your friends.
It's like the pizza eating contest in Yonoid.
Yeah.
Alright, I got a squirrel. Oh, there's only 4 choices. Okay. I don't want to place it
Yeah,
there. It's
so-
designed to go up. Oh, take the bug. Oh, fine.
You have to do the
You gonna make me lose? You gonna make me lose my squirrel?
So the arrows, well, they'll tell you. Never mind.
You have to push the card onto the gem. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the arrows prevent, like, so if
Okay,
there
so-
wasn't a,
So I
you
gotta
get
bump
it?
this guy.
yeah.
I don't need to use the good skeleton. I can use the beetle. Why are you making me waste my good skeleton?
Because if you used the beetle, they could have bumped it from the other side and scooted it over.
Well, but they just bumped my squirrel, so...
But you can bump it back.
Oh, okay, you can bump multiple cards in the same line?
Yeah.
Oh, but you see, you can't push there. Your card is blocked by an opposing arrow. Yeah, because you made me waste my skeleton.
No, but it's protecting you because the other guy could have done that.
Oh.
So now you just put it on the other side and you bump it out of the way.
I'm not super feeling the way this grid works. Why are there so many, like...
I really don't like it, but you eventually get used to it.
Why are there so
It
many
is very
intermediate
disorienting.
positions?
Yeah, it's very disorienting at first. And another thing they don't tell you in the tutorial is the arrows that block that direction cover the whole row. So like I thought it was just the adjacent one, and I was like, ah, cool, I'm gonna win. like I put one like 2 spaces down, and it's like you can't do that. And I'm like, well, fuck, man, why didn't you tell me that? Like,
so like
I
you
had
can't
this
be
grand-
moved from any distance, basically.
yeah. So like this one is only 4, but most of them are 9, like 3x3.
Okay.
So there was one that is 3x3, but the middle one is blacked out, and I was like, fuck this, I can't, my brain can't deal with this. Like, but yeah.
All right, I'll just do one match of this, and then we'll get back to the part of the game that I think people care about. Beto and Fleeto.
Beto and Fleeto.
Mhm.
Shit.
You got the whole set.
It's
Playing
worth doing
versus
it
kid.
because you get the I forget what it's called, but there's a kind of currency that you get, like the little 3 things that you can pick up in every level. You get those from winning these, like, so it's worth doing.
So I won't push him unless I'm on like the kind of half square, I guess.
Yeah. So you could just put it directly next to him, or you could like push him out of the way.
Right. I don't know. You can keep your beetle there, man. I don't care.
Ugh.
All right. Game over. I win. Oh, I can't. Why can't I push him there? Oh, you can't put a card
Yeah,
directly on the gem.
you can't put it directly on it, but you can push the beetle out of the way.
Right.
Do anything, but so he's gonna put a beetle down, and then yeah, exactly, do that.
All right. So I need to bump my dude. I can't because I don't have the right.
So what you should do, take the squirrel and bump the red one up, because that way his only move is that he'll have to push you onto the winning square.
Nice. Thanks for your wisdom.
You're welcome.
I'm so good at this game, guys.
You feel good that you beat a child, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Feel good
fuck
about it.
him.
Kids are jerks, man.
Here's a fun thing. Obviously take the purple. Yeah. When you lose a card, but you can go to a merchant and buy them back.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
yeah, so don't worry about it too much if you lose. Because I sure did lose a lot. And don't play Black Knight downstairs until you have like a bunch of good cards. Like a bunch
Oh,
of
so
rares
when you
and
said you
stuff.
beat Black Knight, you meant at cards.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so you see there's a little flag on the table there.
But can you beat Black Adder at cards? Is the real question.
I don't understand the reference.
Yeah,
but
we'll never
yeah.
find out because I'm going to play some more platformer.
It's one of the classic British comedy shows with Rowan Atkinson. I mean,
Okay,
yes,
I did. I didn't know. I figured you were. I honestly thought it was a wrestling thing because I was like, "There's no way he's talking about like the TV show Blackadder," but you were. So I guess he plays
Yes,
cards
I
in
was.
that. I don't know.
I don't know. All I remember about that show is that I thought it was hilarious when I was like 12, but I actually haven't watched it in a really long time. It's what I've been meaning to go back to.
Yeah, it's supposedly very good. I believe it.
Where do these rings go? Oh, it's the rats carrying you up. Okay, I see.
They go up.
I was trying to figure out if there was an airship or something, but no, it's just rats.
There is an airship, but you're just finding that out right now. So
And the rats carried you to it.
this is basically like your hub world, like your
Also,
shops.
why is the dude
and
from
stuff.
Hotline Miami there with you?
Just don't ask questions, man. Do you want to ask him questions?
Fair enough. I don't.
I think so far my biggest problem with this game, or not even problem, but like the thing I don't like is that all the sub weapons I've gotten for him I don't like, and I'm like, it's not a big deal because his core mechanics are good, but
There are also way too many sub-weapons in every one of these episodes.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of liked what was the Spectre Knight? No, not Spectre Knight. The other
Spectre.
one,
Plague
the
Knight.
green Plague Knight. Thank you. Like I liked all his shit. That was cool.
He's awesome, though.
Yeah, he's too good. That was like ridiculous, but.
Boss fights where you just spend the whole time floating above him, raining
Yeah,
down
just throwing
fire.
like a million grenades and he just like can't do anything. You're like, oh, okay.
Speaking of Hotline Miami, like, is Denatton ever gonna make another game or like?
Hotline Miami 3, baby.
They're releasing the
I'm-
2 games on the Switch.
But
I don't
Hotline
think they
Miami
exist
2 wasn't
outside
very
of Hotline. I mean, it was just those two guys, and I think they're just
Right.
making stuff solo again.
individually, like
Cactus Head,
like the
but-
Team Meat guys, like they're just doing stuff.
Not too long ago.
What's the other guy from Team Meat?
That's a good question.
Because the one guy did Binding of Isaac, and now he's got another thing coming out soon.
Mike, did you check out that thing that was kind of like Binding of Isaac that
Oh, the Bumbo?
put out? Yeah.
I have not.
Okay. I just know that it exists, but I haven't really checked it out either.
Heller. Can I ask a mixer-related question real quick?
Yes.
What are sparks? I'm assuming they're bits.
It's just like XP and currency kind of you get for watching a stream, and then there's like the little that little scissor guy that I put in the chat. Like I use Sparks to get that to put that in there, and you can like put a GIF in there and do like dumb shit like that.
Okay.
Hey, it's Chester. He's got he's got a portrait. He didn't have a portrait before.
Yeah.
That what his face is supposed to look like? I could
Yeah,
never
that
tell
looks
what was
like-
happening with his head. I don't.
Oh, that his headband is like over his eyes. You mean?
I don't really see a resemblance, honestly, between his character sprite and his portrait. Like a Final Fantasy character.
I mean, I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it. I'm with Alex on this one. I'm gonna break company policy and agree with Alex.
Ugh.
Alright, what you got here? Level 1 mystery card. Okay.
Ooh.
Cheat. Oh man, you can cheat?
When you fight
Hey.
the Black Knight, he just casts a bunch of meteors on the field that randomly destroy cards, including yours and his. And like he
Nice.
did that to me twice, and I was like, dude, you're a fucking asshole, man. Like, it
Mike.
sucks.
Just remember the wise words of the late great Eddie Guerrero. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
There you go.
Or the wise words of Jesse Ventura. Win if you can, lose if you have to, but always cheat.
Or the wise words of Paul F. Tompkins impersonating Bill Clinton, which is eating ain't cheating. That's related to what we're talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
As he trod through the grass over the hills of the plains, the king's cleaned his trousers grew soiled with stains. Abroad from his castle aloft in the sky, he traded his kingdom for a flagon of lie. Great. That's a good job there.
He just gives you money. Then you just keep pressing the button and it goes away. There's
The
a
same thing he always does, basically.
yeah.
In one of these campaigns.
Hey, we've got a deer piloting our ship.
An anonymous deer.
Alright, bye.
Well, there's another shot. Okay, well.
apparently.
So if you want to go back to this is something the game doesn't tell you, but if you want to go back on the world map, just hit select and then you go back.
I see. Rolling gold chest. Rolling roadhouse. Oh, sure.
Now you're gonna have to fight Patrick Swayze.
So this is, well, you can read. It's basically they teach you a new mechanic here that you already had, but you didn't know.
Oh, I see. Great.
I love it when games do that.
Yup.
I kind of do love it when games do that. Alright, so you can... Oh, look at that.
And then you don't bounce off stuff, but you have to go a minimum distance before you can roll.
Right, and of course this
Because
room
then
is...
that app.
I
Yup.
get it. I get it, Alex.
Alright.
Next he's gonna teach you the pinch and roll.
The pinch and roll?
Is that another wrestling thing?
For Thomas
Sounds like
pinching?
No, no. There's an Aquabat song about itching your balls by doing the pinch and roll.
Okay.
Why do you say itching? I mean, they're already itching. You don't...
Scratching.
Yeah,
Because you're not really scratching, you're pinching and rolling, I guess. I don't know.
but you're not itching them. You're not making them more itchy.
I guess.
Or if you are, you're doing it wrong, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, I mean, ideally that wouldn't be the case.
Alright, so I'll just keep on doing this. You guys just talk about whatever. What's happening? Played any new games since yesterday?
Shovel Knight.
I checked out the new Overwatch stuff.
There's new Overwatch stuff?
New Overwatch stuff.
How's
The
that?
only good
Christmas-
thing, they
Christmas or whatever.
made him a Kree skin that looks like Jeremiah Johnson, which is kind of fun.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Robert Redford movie. And there's a new May play the game thing that is fucking awesome.
Oh, wow. Does she freeze some protesters?
No,
that-
she has
that's-
some Christmas lights that she puts up and then she spins around and it's cute.
I use a GIF of Robert Redford as that character like often. I didn't.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
What else? Also, they gave Doomfist a really cool ice guy. I'm trying to think of specifically what it is, but
A snowman.
He's a
Shiva.
Jotun. A Jotun.
yes, he looks like a Viking.
Oh.
So I don't know. It's just normal Overwatch things.
These boss fights aren't going to be very hard if they keep giving me health all the time.
You know, I thought that about Control until I got to the fungus dragon in the basement.
Yeah, well, you know what's the thing that happens with Control is that you die immediately anytime you get hit, so it doesn't matter how many health drops they give you. Ah, this guy's electric now. Is this guy from another game?
I don't
He's
recognize.
like
No.
one of the wandering knights that you fight, but I can't remember if he's from some
It was like
other
a
game.
Kickstarter thing, like
Yeah. Oh, is it like a design a boss kind of thing?
yeah. But he's been in all of them, and then he's also like they take a lot of like Castlevania stuff from him.
I know that he is in all the games so far, but I just wasn't sure.
He looks like the singer in a black metal band with that face paint.
Mm-hmm.
Or, alternately, like a big burly wrestler from the 80s with a name like a Road Warrior, or Barbarian, or Berserker, or Warlord.
You know what I need to do is go get that health upgrade from my mom.
Was it
Apparently,
the
I'm not that good at this.
PS4 version? Was it the Vita and the PS4 version where you could fight Kratos? Or was
I don't
that-
think it's on the Vita version. I don't think they. I just think they never got that upgrade. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually played my Vita version of Shovel Knight all the way through. I kind of got it because again, it was before they broke all the parts out into their own things,
Right,
and I just wanted to have it portably.
right.
Ah. Oh no! Now we can't afford food from my mom.
Should have gone to see your mom before
I
you fought the
should
boss
have.
again.
All right, let's go find this wandering gem.
Go what? Go yeah. Let's say go take the Wandering Gem and then go back to you.
Oh, it's an auto-scrolling stage.
Weren't they auto scrolling in Shovel Knight? I don't remember.
Yeah, there were things like
I
that.
think some of them were.
Yeah.
It depends on them.
If you go to the joust place and you give the lady at the bar $5,000, you can like summon the trumpets that shoot confetti everywhere. It's like a sub weapon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you just do that and then your money's gone, but you got to see the trumpets.
No, you get to just. It's expensive, but you can do it, and I'm like, that's pretty sick.
That does seem pretty cool.
There's money in the walls. You're missing all the money in the walls, man.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah, you have to get all of the money. Come on.
All the money, and if I
Well, one meal costs $1,000.
Yeah, right.
3,000 at this point. Oops. And see, I'm gonna fall down the hole and I'm gonna lose my money.
Well, don't do that then.
Yeah, Joe's right.
So speaking of losing all my money, Joe, I ordered my RAM board for my
Oh
Mister.
shit, that's right. I'm gonna make sure that I know where that stuff is. So I can see
It may not be that much of a big deal because I also ordered a heatsink board, and it comes
you
with a fan board, and it comes with a heatsink. I don't know if it comes with the cable that I need to hook it up though.
Oh well. Fine then.
I'll try and figure out if I need the cable or not.
Yeah, I mean
Hey.
that'll be easy. I can literally put that in an envelope and send it to you, like a standard letter envelope, and send it to you. They're so small.
Well, but anyway, yeah, I decided to order the big RAM board, and I figured I'd order it now since it's going to take a while before it's ready.
Yeah. Did you get it from Pork Chop Express?
I got it from the guy who's got the Mr. Add-ons website. Is that
Yeah,
him?
that's Pork Chop Express. Yeah.
Yeah, seems reputable, reasonable price.
Yeah.
Shipping didn't cost a fortune for Canada, which is kind of
It's
nice.
Canadian. Yeah.
It's kind of a rare occurrence. $4,000 for the next
Yeah.
meal. Mom's jacking up the prices.
Mom's gotta eat
Yeah.
too.
I don't know. I got the stuff that a lot of the well, my super gun itself and a bunch of the accessories I got from a dude in your neck of the woods, and the shipping wasn't that bad. to get it here. So
Well,
maybe Canada and the US are getting along better with regards to shipping lately. I don't know.
Oop, no. Don't want to get electrocuted.
That is usually a thing you want to avoid, yes.
What if I'm trying to become a Frankenstein?
Well, then you should just marry one of the existing Frankensteins.
But then you're bride of Frankenstein.
I guess, but you don't get a free name change around here. You still have to pay money for it.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. I never got married. Hang on. Man, he's out of my range now. Back
Go to
there.
the skull, Mike. Go to the skull.
Oh, sorry. Merit medals. What, I have to give them to this guy now? Release a rat with a safety bomb attached. I am into that.
Yeah, this one's actually pretty good. I don't use it a lot, but because you don't need to. But...
Alright.
Tringle, yeah.
Okay, so it's just like an axe, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But you can switch directions with it.
Switch directions?
So throw it and then hit it again.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, okay, it starts to run around.
yeah.
Oh, how am I supposed to... Okay, I got something down here.
Nope.
Nope, that wasn't very useful.
Over the top. You gotta go over the
Over
top.
the top.
I mean, it is the finest movie ever made about a truck driver bonding with his estranged son over arm wrestling.
Turn that crown around. Going over the top.
That's right. Switch, King Knight.
Am I still supposed to not... Okay.
Ta-da!
You did it.
They jump when they hit a ledge. Hint,
Oops.
hint.
Thank you. Or you mean, oh, I can make them jump too by pressing the button again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rat bomb.
Rat bomb. You do the rat bomb.
What was the Action Cast movie we watched with the rat bomb? Was it the Jet Li
I don't
movie
remember.
where he fights himself?
The one?
Yeah.
Talking about how Yulaw is nobody's bitch? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. That's exactly what
I don't
talking
think I was.
about.
I don't think I was there for that one, but that movie fucking rules.
Did you guys do that? I don't remember doing that either.
We
Yeah,
definitely did that.
we definitely did. Well,
But I only remember that Anthony named one of the episodes Rat Testicle Grenade, and that's why.
it's probably that one.
Let's check the Wayback Machine to find
Yeah,
out.
I've got a hedgehog now.
And there's fucking Castlevania or whatever.
Can I buy anything else cool? Hey, who's this? You're like a chicken lady. Engineer.
Hengineer.
Nice.
Did you say the Hengineer?
Mm-hmm.
Healing tears. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Did you get that? Is that any good?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So no.
So no, it's garbage?
That's-
No, it's just you heal yourself. Like what? It's not. But it takes too long to do in a boss fight, really. But
It's the Vicar Vigor. I like the airship theme song. pound health hearts out of your enemies. Send forth
That one
flying lance.
The lance I don't like. The hammer is the one I've been using the most, just because when you hit guys, you just get health back. It's like, well,
Seems good.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty big too. It's got a little wind up, but
I think the most fun thing about going back to the archive of the Action Cast site is that we never actually say what movie we're talking about.
In like
So-
any case.
Yeah, so like there's an episode called like Pizza in the Rain.
yeah.
No idea what movie that's about.
I
then
remember I
the-
was referring to Blade Runner.
You
when I
were
said
referring to
that,
Blade
but
Runner,
That
but
was
it-
not the movie we were doing.
No. And then the episode after that is John Henry was a butt driving man.
That's that fucking North Pole movie.
No, it's not. No.
It's not?
No. That one is something about a ball peen hammer, I think.
Oh yeah, a guy who thinks that it's a ball peen hammer would say something like that. Or
Yeah,
something
right.
like that.
So, yeah, something like that.
Lower your bass.
Fucking
let me
just
pull out
try
that.
and educate some people about the differences between hammers. And
A guy who thinks that's a ball peen hammer would say that. That's what it is. Action Cast 49.
Action Cast 74, what would you do with a Klondike bar? Which I know is about Riccio because the screenshot is unmistakably Riccio, but
Did we do Riccio? I don't remember that.
yeah, we
definitely
definitely
did
did
that.
Riccio.
Okay.
That might have- that might have
we
been a
did,
birthday
yeah.
pick for me at some point.
I mean, that movie's like amazing, so it's okay.
What? I can't remember. There was like a Blade or a Snatcher reference or something, but like, why did we call you Alexander Fung Rio?
No, I don't remember that one. I remember that episode wasn't very good, but I don't remember why that was what.
I mean,
came
that
up.
applies to all episodes.
Yeah,
That movie is good though. Black Belt Jones. That movie rules.
that was a different one though.
I
We did
mean,
Black Belt.
we did do, but you have a bad memory of the movies we did and didn't do.
Yeah, probably.
No, the poster, the image for this for Alexander Fung Rio is the movie poster from Black Belt Jones.
Oh, okay.
And the link to the show, which of course doesn't work anymore, is click here to Batman, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
All I know is the Candy Cast is like the best thing we've ever done ever in
Yeah,
anything.
The Candy Companion.
Yeah. Shit.
Whip-related activities, including whipping.
hmm
Yeah, a guy who thinks that's a ball peen hammer would say that. And then there was a B-side called Lost in Translation, which I don't even could not tell you what we talked about on that B-side for sure.
Well, how you feeling, Mike?
Good, I guess. Hella good.
Okay.
Just keep on dancing.
Yes.
I'm getting used to the whole chargy thing.
You
I'm
feeling
still.
like you're getting the timing down for the most part, or
I'm also just learning when I can do it without killing myself, which is that was the big thing with Spectre Knight also, because a lot of the time you're intentionally like hurling yourself into the void and then trying to slash off things, but if you do it from the wrong direction with Spectre Knight, you'll slash down instead of up, and that can be very bad when that happens. So yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. It's not bad.
Yes, the one was the episode titled Rat Testicle Bomb. Or, sorry, the thumbnail says Rat Testicle Bomb, but the title of the thing says Rat Testicle Grenade, so I don't know which is, specifically, canonically correct.
A lot of nuance there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want one, sometimes you want the other.
Also, I mean, I still think that one of my finer contributions to the internet is the thumbnail image for the surprise helicopter episode with Tom Atkins holding the eggnog
Yes,
in a bottle.
I love that. I was thinking of that.
Oh no, there are ghosts, Mike.
Yeah, whatever. They were bad enough to die. Oops.
Oh no, they're ghosts and witches because they've got witches hats.
Oh no, I dropped $1,000.
Oh no, you dropped $1,000. Now those ghost witches are gonna have your money.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's try this again. I'll try and... Oh no, I don't need to go there. I already did that thing. Man. No, I don't want to... Well, make some filler conversation while I ride these stupid pillars again. All pillar, no filler.
Yeah,
Those are cute ghosts.
Yeah, they've been around since the first Shovel Knight.
I don't know if I made it that far.
They're in the second level you can get to.
Probably I saw them and don't remember. That was a long time ago.
It was a
6
long
years
time
ago.
ago.
Was it 6 years ago that Shovel Knight was released, or 6 years
I think
ago
it was
they kicked off
2014.
the Kickstarter?
Oh, no. I don't even want to find this kind of stuff. I just want to
Get out of here.
get out of here while I have enough money to buy some more food for my mom.
Your mom's pies are so hella good, she has to charge you.
I'm not feeling this jump here.
Okay. I muted everybody to do some important research. Like Pizza in the Rain is about the movie Chocolate.
Wait.
Like
Oh,
water-
yeah,
like
yeah,
water
yeah.
chocolate?
Yeah.
The
It was
girl,
like
the
a
autistic
Thai-
girl who is like
Yeah.
super good at kung fu. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
that movie even
Div
existed.
was with
let
us
alone
for that.
that we did
Yeah.
a podcast about it.
It's a weird moment in time because it was when I was in nursing school, so I wasn't like around a lot. But then like we're still doing the action cast. But then like I don't know. I was talking about Captain America. Like it was weird to me that I mentioned Captain America 1 or 2, but like the action cast was still happening. I was like, oh yeah, really? Like that doesn't make sense, but that's how the math works out. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
I think 2014 is when we ended the action cast.
15 apparently.
15. We squeaked into 15. How
That's
that couldn't have been
wrong.
that late
Oh,
in
cool.
2015, right?
I don't know. Action Cast 100 is July 8th, 2015.
Wow.
First and last episode of 2015 for me.
Yeah, right.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th. They were a little more infrequent then.
Wouldn't the last episode be one of the live ones that was done at like
No.
PAX or something?
No, the last one was Total Recall, which we had planned forever. And in fact, we just sort of like did the last 4 or 5 are kind of filler to get to Total Recall so we could stop doing the podcast. And then we like had the non-starter Kill All Movies podcast that we did 3 episodes of, and I think released 2. And
Did we? I didn't even know we did that.
we released the one on Network and the one on It's a Wonderful Life. I think we recorded one on The Wicker Man.
Okay, maybe I do.
But no one
remember
ever
that.
edited it.
I was like, I don't really care about either of those movies, and I'm in nursing school now, so I can't like be fucked.
We did one with the Lego movie too,
Did we really?
Did we?
Really? An action cast?
with
No,
Tony
Kill All Movies
Moore. You
Oh,
and
I do
Anthony.
remember that.
And
Yeah.
we did one with Bryce too that I don't.
Wasn't that
True
Wicker Man?
Romance.
Oh God!
Oh no, we did True Romance with Bryce too. That was the last one we recorded.
Well, speaking of last
Sorry about that.
recordings, I think this may be the last recording I do of King Knight's thing for today.
Wait, a nice segue, Mike.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm a real professional.
I almost made it the whole time without sneezing or blowing my nose into my mic, and I apologize.
I'm sorry, I should have killed the stream earlier.
I turned my head away, but it came on. The sneeze came on so fast. My options were mute my mic or get a tissue, and I opted for the latter. So sorry.
Suffer for your art. Alright, well, yeah, I'm going to call it here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us as we unveil the game that we made, Shovel Knight,
Uh-huh.
part the 4th and 5th, I guess, both of those. We'll see you around another time, so, bye? You know?
Bye.
Like, bye?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.